So I'm going to walk you through some Photoshop essentials that will help you in editing your eye photos or your mouth photos or whatever facial feature you're working with. The first thing you want to do is make sure that all of your images are placed in a folder, and that way it'll make things a lot simpler for us later. So that's the first thing. Save it to the desktop, I find, is the easiest way. And then you're going to open Photoshop and you will open one of those images. You only need one. So what we're going to do is we're going to set an action, and then we're going to apply that action to all of the images in the folder. So I'm just going to select the first image and click open. Okay, there's our image. So what I want to do two things with these images. I want to adjust the levels and I want to set the image size. So the first thing I do is I go to Window, and then I scroll down to Actions, and you'll see a new little menu just popped up. I'm just going to pull it down so that it's kind of out of my way there. I'm going to drag actually and drop these right now to the trash. Just want to talk about setting a new action. So I'm going to create a new action, and it's this little icon here. I click on that, and I'm going to name it Levels and Size, and then hit record. So you'll see that the red button is recording, so we're actually setting an action. So the first thing I'm going to do is the levels. So I'm going to go up to Image and then Adjustments and then to Levels. I could also, if I cancel out of this, I can also come over here on the side to Adjustments, and I can look through all of my options here so you can see Levels is there. It does the same exact thing as coming up to Image and then Adjustments and then Levels. It's just, maybe a more direct route. So what I want to do is set my white point, and in order to do that I pull on the white triangle and I'm going to pull it over to the left until I just see the graph start. If I pull it over too far, you can see it completely blows out the image. So you don't want that. You just want it at the very start of the graph. So right about there. So that sets your white point. Your dark point or your black point is over here. You're going to do the same thing. Pull it over to just where you see that graph. Now this is your midtone. You can pull it one way or the other and see what that does. I actually think it looks pretty good just as the preset value, so I'm going to leave it there. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to hit return or enter. I'm going to move this back. Okay, cool. So now I want to set the image size. So I come up to Image and then Image Size, and we're going to do 150 dpi or pixels per inch. That's going to give us a nice quality for the video. Again, we don't need something super high res. We're not going to be printing them out. And then I'm going to type in the actual width of the document. So I'm going to make it, let's see, it's 7 inches by 4. You can let the height kind of do what it's going to do. So when you do this, you'll probably be cropping it first. So in that case, you would already have your measurements handy. So you would know it would either be like 5 or 6 inches, depending on how wide you drew it, and then probably 2 inches high. Everybody's is a little bit different. So then I'm going to hit OK. Okay, and just zoom in by hitting Control+. So there is our corrected image. Now what's great about this is we're going to be able to apply these corrections to all of the images, so that way it stays consistent. So now that I've stopped, or I've finished all the adjustments that I want to make, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording of the new action. So I'm going to close this, and then I'm not going to save it, which seems weird, but you'll see why. Then I'm going to go to File, and then scroll down to Automate and then over to batch. So I'm going to pick my folder over here, and that is the folder, and hit choose. I'm just making sure that the action that I'm going to be processing the images with is correct, levels and size. That's the one that I want. That's the one that I recorded. Everything looks good. So now I'm going to hit OK. And you'll see them open up. And you can see that it's applying the changes to all of the images. It's pretty cool. Okay, great. So you can scroll through and Command plus if you want to take a better look at things. You can undo the changes, add more changes, you name it. But that is how you adjust your levels and your size as a batch. Have fun.